Folks, condo buyers are afraid to get stuck in these buildings. I'll get into that and then the latest home prices and insights for condos across the GTA for week ending August 7th, 2024. You know, there's some people that are gonna buy a condo and that's it. Their focus is on buying a condo. Now, it could be because they looking at the freehold market, it's price prohibitive and they really want to buy, so they're going to buy a condo. It could be because they're downsizing and condo is just what makes sense to them, or it could be because they really love the condo life. Whatever the case is, they're going to buy a condo and that's it. And usually the focus for many of these buyers, many of the buyers that I've worked with, almost all of the buyers I've worked with, they prefer something more modern, a newer building, a more modern building. They sometimes talk about the sweet spot of up to 5 years or between 5 and 10 years where before things really start needing repairs and getting old. And these are the things that they come up with, they talk to me about, and this is the kind of building they want, and that's what we go look for. But it's usually something more modern, something newer. Today, those options, and we've talked about it over and over again, how what's available for sale in the new modern condo space isn't that appealing to a lot of the buyers these days. And I don't want to get into that. There's many videos we've done just on why buyers are not buying what's available out there. And it's caused a lot of the condo buyers today to start looking at some of these older buildings. The newer buildings, 600 square foot, you're going to spend $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 on a one bedroom plus a den, 600 square foot, 500 square foot. Yet a few streets over or across the street, there's 1,000 square feet for the same price, or 1,200 or 1,500 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms for a little bit more money. The difference is that larger square foot unit is in an older building. If it was in a newer building, that unit, you're looking at well over $1 million, $2 million in some of these newer units where you're looking at 1,200 square feet. But in an older building, you can get lots of square footage. You can have space where you're not bumping into each other. And some of these units are renovated so nice. Or you could do the renovations on your own and make it so nice. The problem, the thing that they're struggling with, because they do up front seem very attractive to a lot of the buyers, and we're seeing more and more condo buyers kind of looking at that option of buying in an older building, is, well, from the street, the building looks really old. It doesn't look that appealing. And the traveling that you got to do to get to your unit, the hallways, the elevator, it's not that appealing. And yes, when you're in your unit, beautiful. But getting to your unit, it's not that nice. And so they're struggling with this. We'll take them to see some of these units. The photos on the MLS, beautiful. But then as we're walking to the unit, it's like, wah, wah, wah. They're getting less and less excited. And we're in the unit and it's gorgeous. But they're struggling mentally with, but I got to walk through this old hallway. And I got to be in this old ragged, this elevator makes noise. And the parking lot is a little bit smelly. And it's turning them off. But they're struggling with the decision because they love the unit. They love the space in the unit. This is the obstacle that many condo buyers are dealing with today. The option of new isn't, it's not that appealing, the size for the money you spend. The option of old has the big, beautiful units, but getting to the unit is not that appealing. Now, there are many of these older units that have remodeled, have renovated the common areas, and they look nice. But those ones also they come with a high maintenance fee price tag. And this is what buyers are scared of. We can buy it today, and the maintenance fee is reasonable. The common areas are old, need updating, At some point, the condo board is going to do these updates, but the buyers don't want to be stuck with down the road when I sell and all these renovations get done to the common areas. How high will my maintenance fee be then? Am I going to get stuck with a special assessment? Is the building going to need a new roof that there isn't enough money to do? Are there going to be other problems, other things breaking in the common areas? This is what's scaring them. For many of the condo buyers, pulling the trigger and actually making the decision to buy in these older buildings. They love the idea of the big space in the unit, not so excited about the rest of the building. What would you do if you are either looking to buy a condo? Have you thought about this? Let me know in the comments below. If you didn't buy in the older building, tell me why. And if you were to buy a condo, would you consider an older building? And is the idea of getting kind of stuck with a much, much higher maintenance fee, even though you've got a ton of space to live in, does that kind of throw you off? Let me know in the comments below. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Up here, there's a link to my calendar. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Here we go, folks. We're going to be looking at condos for the GTA. We're going to focus on condo market. These are condo apartments only for the city of Toronto, for York region, and for Peel region. We're going to start off with the city of Toronto. For week ending August the 7th, 107 condo apartments were sold. 10 of those were at $1 million or more. I do want to talk about week ending August the 7th. This time of year, August is one of the slower months of the year. Sales typically, seasonally, tend to trend down. It's normal, happens just about probably every year. However, this specific week, I put a star there because there was a long weekend in the middle of this week. And every time, almost every time, it kind of seems, if we look at the previous long weekend, sales dipped. The previous long weekend of that, sales dipped. So sales, look, we sold 170 or 107, not 170, 107 condos were sold. I would expect maybe sales not to be as that low, but it was a long weekend. Average sold price, $688,000. That's one of the lowest weeks that we've had the whole year as far as average sold price goes. Prices are trending down. Compared to last year, $688 is 5% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price of $612 is 7% lower. If we look at the dotted line, the 4-week moving average, for a while now, average sold price has been trending down. Not aggressively, but it has been trending down. The median price was flat for a while, but over the last month, prices are starting to dip when it comes to condos for the city of Toronto. 107 were sold, a quarter basically, 26% sold at list price or more. Listings, the orange, that's listings this year. The blue, it's last year. You could see that we're listing way more condos this year than what we listed last year. And if we just focus on the orange for this year, listings are trending down. Active listings for a while has been trending up. And for the last few weeks, it's kind of up and down a little bit. There are currently 5,665 condos available for sale. That's for week ending August the 7th. 107 were sold, but there were 5,665 to choose from. Months of inventory shot way up to 12.2 months of inventory. I'm going to say again, this time of year, we do see a seasonal slowdown, but the long weekend exaggerates that, and that's why we shot way up there. We were hovering around 8 months of inventory, 8.7, a few 7 months of inventory, but now we're way up at 12.2 months of inventory. I would expect it to, readjust in next week's numbers. That was so far the numbers for the whole city of Toronto. If we look and we break Toronto down into 9 different sections, there's going to be different experiences. But no matter how you look at it, we're sitting in a buyer's market. It's just different degrees of a buyer's market. For example, Scarborough, 10.6 months of inventory. York Mill, Rosedale, 11 months. It's Midtown, 11 months of inventory. Etobicoke, we had 18 sales, doing a bit better at 7.7 months of inventory. Downtown, 13 months of inventory, over a year worth of inventory right now. What that basically means is if we continue to buy or sell, it's the same different sides of the same coin. If we continue to buy at the current rate that we're buying, so for downtown, for last week, 37 condos were sold or purchased. If we continue at that pace and no more listings come on the market and none come off, it'll take us at 37 a week, 1 year and 1 month. It'll take us 13 months to go through and buy every condo that's for sale. That's a long time. So 13 months of inventory. Well, basically 37 were sold, but available for sale is 2,090, almost 2,100 condos just in downtown city of Toronto. Let's look at York Region condos. 18 condos were sold. One of those was at $1 million or more. Sales trending down. Look, we had a long weekend in the city of Toronto. Well, it wasn't just for the city, the whole area. So York Region, I didn't mark it, but long weekend, only 18 condos were sold. Average sold price, $661,000. That's been trending down. 661 compared to last year is 8% lower. That's what it was the week before that. That's what it was the week before that. And 6% lower, 13, 12. It's kind of a theme. It seems to be averaging around 9 or 10% lower if we look at the last 2 months, lower than where we were this time a year ago. Average sold price is 8% lower. The median price is 5% lower. Both average and median are trending down. 18 were sold, 6% sold at list price or more. Listings trending down, active listings trending up. Months of inventory, 12.4 months of inventory, way up there. Here's condos for the Peel region. 20 condos were sold. None of those were at $1 million or more. Sales, I'm saying the same thing for every region. Sales are trending down. Average price did go up from the previous week, but overall coming down. It's currently at $589,000 for the average condo in Peel region. 589 is 1% higher than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 1% lower than we were this time a year ago. Of the 20 that sold, 30% sold at list price or more. Listings came down, but they're kind of flat right now. 105 were listed. Active listings is trending up. Months of inventory sitting at 10 months of inventory. Pretty much we're in a buyer's market. Doesn't matter when it comes to condos, which area you're looking in, just different degrees of a buyer's market. There's lots of choices when it comes to condos. If you're looking to buy, lots of choices. If you're looking to sell, you really got to get creative and align yourself with somebody that's really good at showing you ways that your condo can stand out. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.